A deadly attack. What police are saying about a man blamed for killing nearly 40 people inside a casino.
Plus, a quadruple shooting investigation in St. Louis, the information investigators want, and the victim's conditions. Also ahead.
So there'll be a big truckload of fossils coming in Saturday night.
Preserving pieces of the past will take you to dinosaur digging grounds and explain where you can see the fossils locally.
Happy weekend, everybody. Well, almost, depending on when you get off work today. But we're starting off with some very thick fog, especially down in Arkansas and just across up into far southern Missouri. Springfield, technically, visibility has dropped about a mile, but 7 miles, not too much of an issue for us. It's once you get down here toward Branson, 1/8 of a mile there, 0 in Harrison. Rogers has actually cleared out at the airport now, but still a 1/4 mile in Mountain Home. So good deal, a good number of you rather, have some fog down there in that area and probably will go another hour or two perhaps. There's not a whole lot of wind, so it's just going to take some time for the sun to burn it up. 60 degrees in Harrison, 63 in Springfield and Camdenton. Raleigh now 64. Hour by hour temps, we're going to warm up nicely. We should have lots of sunshine. For those that have the fog, it'll burn away. And highs once again in the 80s. The storm threat a little lower today, but it isn't gone. I'll have the full forecast through your weekend when I come back in a bit.
Breaking overnight, investigators are looking for the cause of a North Springfield house fire.
The flames broke out in the 1000 block of North Broadway near Grant Beach Park. No one lived in the home.
Also breaking overnight, Filipino police say at least 37 people are dead after an attack on a casino. Investigators say a heavily armed man entered the casino firing shots. He then set gaming tables on fire. Police said the majority of the victims died of smoke inhalation. Dozens of others got hurt in that attack. Police later found the suspect dead of an apparent suicide. The National Police Chief says he does not believe the attack is terror-related.
We have new images this morning of the suicide bomber responsible for the terror attack at Manchester Arena. Security cameras captured these pictures at various locations around Manchester in the days leading up to that explosion. Police say Salman Abedi arrived back in England from Libya May 18th. 4 days before the bombing at an Ariana Grande concert that killed 22. Investigators say he bought the parts he needed for the bomb right before the massacre.
A gunman killed 2 people, wounded 2 others in St. Louis. One of the injured, a 7-year-old girl with critical injuries. Police say one of the men died inside a car. The other man died outside the car yesterday. Police are talking with witnesses, but add they have very little to go on. Several states are rebelling against President Trump on climate change. They plan to go forward with the Paris Agreement.
But the president says he will renegotiate the deal.
The United States will withdraw.
Claiming it cost millions of American jobs, President Trump announced he's pulling out of the worldwide Paris deal on climate change, sparking protests in New York and Washington.
It's an extraordinary abdication of American leadership.
You can't build a border wall against carbon dioxide emissions.
The U.S. joins only 2 other countries, Nicaragua and Syria, not part of the deal to reduce emissions.
Americans don't like being isolated from the international community.
The president's supporters say it's a bold step.
We shouldn't have other nations lecturing us on how to clean up our environment.
What's next? President Trump says he'll try to renegotiate, but France and other countries insist that can't happen.
The Paris Agreement remains irreversible.
Dozens of U.S. cities and states insist they will continue to reduce emissions.
We're going to make sure that we follow this agreement.
Environmentalists and scientists worry about the long-term impact.
Record heat, more drought in some places, torrential rains and floods in other places, sea level rising, drowning coastal areas. The world will be a mess.
The U.S. now virtually on its own against the world. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
This won't happen soon. The U.S. can't formally exit the deal until November 2020. Today, athletes from all over Missouri will meet in Springfield to compete in the Summer Special Olympics.
Kate Alt has the event schedule. Kate.
This is the 3rd year that Springfield has hosted the State Summer Special Olympic Games, and all kinds of athletes from across the state of Missouri will be coming here today to compete in the 3-day event. About 900 athletes and their families will be coming to town for 4 events: volleyball, track and field, aquatics, and powerlifting. The first event kicks off at 10:30 this morning, and the opening ceremony is at 7 tonight. Every athlete that wins a gold medal this weekend is qualified to compete in the USA Games in Seattle next year. Anyone, of course, is welcome to come by and cheer on the athletes at any of this weekend's events.
They've been working so hard for it, and it's really nice to see kind of them pay off. And it's a really unique experience to kind of come out and see something that you might not see every day, especially on this big of a stage. So honestly, it's just really fun, and you'll leave here with a smile on your face for sure.
Now, Special Olympics can't run without volunteers, and they'll take anyone willing to help all the way up until the day of the event. So if you want to lend a hand, you can go to their website, somo.org. That's SOMO.org. Find a way that you can help out, and you can do so today, tomorrow, or Sunday. Live in Springfield, Kate Alt, KY3 News.
All right, Kate. A local group of dinosaur hunters is wrapping up a trip to Wyoming today. They'll be back home this weekend with new bones for display at the Missouri Institute of Natural Science.
This is the 360 view of dinosaur country.
Dinosaur country is also known as Eastern Wyoming. And yes, it's beautiful and bountiful too for our local bone hunters.
And every time we dig, a few more inches, we find another one. It's just stacked on top of each other like a pile of wood.
The scientific name for the creatures behind those bones? A hadrosaur. And they may have died a cruel death.
These are the duck-billed dinosaurs. And this bone bed is still trying to figure out the geology behind it, but it looks like a herd of duck-billed dinosaurs got swept away in a flash flood.
The 8-person crew will carefully log detailed information about the bones and fragments. The pieces of history will get labeled and then driven back here, like this set that revealed Henry the Triceratops to the Ozarks.
We're actually bringing back stuff from other sites as well. So there'll be a big truckload of fossils coming in Saturday night.
You can see the new discoveries at an open house and fundraiser next Friday night. The museum is hosting a 1-mile fun run and a 5K run walk. It's called the Raptor Run. The Raptor Run.
I like that.
Just for you, Maria. We'll put the link with the information and registration on KY3.com, and I do hope to see you there. Should be fun to explore and get a little exercise.
Yeah, absolutely. A new service for pet owners with a hectic schedule. We'll show you the apps to get a dog walker on demand for those summer vacations.
7:08, Brandon's in next with the high temps today. The fog. They're in Mountain Home and a couple of other spots, and our best chance for rain this weekend.